I'm the king monster. No, I'm the king monster. Oh, yeah. Stop, you monsters. Hey, boys and girls. It's Mr. N, and Happy New Year. I hope you have a good 2021, and I hope you had a good Christmas. Welcome back, and today's project is Project 14. We're going to be talking about monsters. So come over here. I got some stuff I want to show you. All right. Now, you see these two monsters, and most of you probably recognize this guy because he's the granddaddy of monsters. He is Godzilla from Japan. And this guy is actually from Star Wars, the first movie, movie 1. And he's an underwater monster, okay? His mouth goes, ah. But let's talk about monsters. Now, first of all, especially you little ones, monsters aren't real. They're make-believe. People make them up because a lot of people like to get scared or like to have fun with monsters. And you can find stories about monsters all over the world. But there's one country in particular that loves its monsters probably more than any other country. And that's good old Japan. And here, of course, is the granddaddy, Godzilla. They make movies, comic books, all kinds of stuff about Godzilla. Well, I just happened to get lucky. My aunt, Anita, she's not with us today. She passed away about the year 2000, but she was a 4th grade teacher, but she loved to travel. She went to Hawaii 7 times, and one of the things she liked to do at Hawaii, besides just go to the beach, she liked to go to the flea market. And some of you know what a flea market is. And she bought and collected Japanese monsters. So I'm going to show you some. Here's the first monster. And these are actually pretty old. This one, he's broken because you have to be careful with them. Even though they look new, you can't play with them too hard. And they're all from Japan. It says made in Japan. And then here's one. He's got a long beard. He's got big old ears and stuff like that. And then here's this monster. He's got spikes on his back, spikes on the front. He's pink. He's got horns. We'll set him over here by Godzilla. And then we got this guy. Here's another guy that got somebody played with him too rough and broke off one of his eyes. He used to have 2 eyes, but now he's just got 1. And then here is this guy, because all the monsters in this group have 2 legs, but this monster's got 4 legs. You can see he's got spikes or things on his back. He's got these horns or kind of the tusks sticking out of his mouth and sharp teeth. Ooh, you know, be careful. And then this monster, I actually saw the movie, because a lot of these monsters, the Japanese made movies out of them. Of course, they make toys. Things would shoot out of his hands. It was like an underwater monster. Set him right there. He may have a hard time standing. Oh, and this is one of my most favorite monsters. I always call him the chocolate monster because he's brown. He looks kind of like chocolate. So I don't think you'd want to eat him. Oops. Ooh, my monster. Oh, is he going to fall down too? Oh no, they cause all the monsters to fall down. I got to be careful. I may have to just lay him down, boys and girls. Oh, there he is. He's standing. Sorry, buddy. Buddy, I just going to have to lay you down. I have a hard time standing up. And then this monster, he looks more like an alien from outer space. He's got 2 eyes on the top. It looks like he's got a spacesuit. Let's see if we can stand him up. All right, there we go. And then this is pretty cool. This monster, look at his head. It's big old bug's eyes, but look what happens. Voila! It's not a monster at all. It's a boy. And this is his helmet. Pretty cool. So these were toys that my aunt collected. And they're all from Japan, except my Star Wars toy. And they're pretty old. They're probably were made in the early 70s. Now, I want you to create a monster, but I'm going to give you a theme for the monster. I'm going to read you a story that I wrote. And then after that, we'll talk about what kind of monster you can make. This story is called Something Was Eating My School. And I'll start it out. Let me tell you about the wildest day of my life. Well, it started with me oversleeping for school. I walked to school as quick as I could because my teacher, Miss Puddlewinkle, doesn't like it when her students are late. And I don't want to disappoint Miss Puddlewinkle because she's the best teacher I've ever had. When I got close to the school, I saw that all the students and teachers were in the parking lot. I ran to the parking lot and I saw my friend Timmy and I yelled, "Is the school on fire?" "Oh no," he said with a frightened look. "It's much, much worse. Something is eating our school." And that's when I heard it. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. The kinders were shaking. The fifth graders were cheering. But poor old Miss Puddlewinkle stood there crying. Our principal, Mr. Ongry, was shouting through his blowhorn, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" And our vice principal, Miss Behavin', was blowing her whistle so hard that her face turned red and then purple. But the thing would not stop. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch. It ate the first grade wing, and then the second. Next, it ate the gym, and it must have liked crayons and paint because it ate the art room too. Something had to be done, and I mean quick, or my classroom would be next. I thought, what can I do? I'm only a kid. But then I saw Miss Puddlewinkle with tears in her eyes, and I knew I'd have to give it a try. It wouldn't be easy. It was going to be hard, for that something eating our school was big, and it had, and that is your project. Your project is to create a monster that's eating our school. Now, you could just draw the monster. You could draw the school too. You could draw the little boy, but now I made it a little boy. If you want to make it a little girl, you could certainly make it a little girl too, because I've had students do that in the past. And of course, I'm going to show you some examples. This one of a monster. The monster, what's crazy about this monster is he's got hair with snakes. He's got snakes coming out from under his arms. He's got snakes coming out of his toes, or she does. Pretty scary. And then this one is a drawing. You see the monster. There's the school, and there's a helicopter plane. They're attacking. The tanks are trying to stop the monster. I hope they can. And then this one, the student called the monster the Crown Man, because he kind of had a crown, and he used paint. And you know, some of you students have paint. If you want to use paint, you certainly can. You don't have to. And then this one, this is a crazy one, because there's all kinds of stuff going on. This is the giant monster, and they're trying to stop it. There's all kinds of people, and there's buildings, there's planes, there's boats. Everybody is trying to stop this monster. And there's a plane, stopping, stopping. And then this is another drawing, and this monster looks pretty scary. He's got horns, he's got big sharp teeth, he's got big old paws. Oh, whew. But you notice they're all different. Not a single one looks the same. And then this is one done on black paper. And he's got this long tongue, and he's got a person. I hope he doesn't eat that person. And there's the spikes on his back. He's got red eyes and red sharp teeth. Ooh, pretty scary. This monster has got two heads. But look, he's got an eye right here and teeth in his stomach. Ooh, I wouldn't want to run across him. Oh, he's got 3 legs, not 2. I got to pay attention. And then this monster, he's got horns and a spike on top like a unicorn, sharp toes and sharp fingernails, sharp teeth. He's got polka dots. And they've used all different kinds of colors, which I always tell y'all to do. You might have seen this one in the library, because we took some of these and we repainted them in the library. We made a mural about the monster that ate the school. He's dumping out everything, and oh no, there's somebody's car. They've got to stop him. He's got the school. It's a big red monster. And then this one right here. They're saying, oh, please, wait. You know, they're all looking. And he's like standing there. You know, help me. You know, they've got to stop the monster from eating the school. And then this guy, he's just a crazy monster. He looks kind of like Godzilla. He's green, he's got big sharp teeth, and all this crazy stuff going on. But you notice the paper is always filled. The students filled up all the space, and that's what you want to try to do in your composition. Here's one, there's the school, and there is the monster. Roar! He's got 4 legs and horns, and his teeth are open. Oh. And then this guy, he's right there. There's the monster. All the children are looking in the window. I hope he stops. He's got a big old eyeball on his stomach. He's got 3 eyeballs on top. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs and 4 legs and 6 arms. And that's what you need to think about. What kind of, is your monster going to have how many arms, how many legs? He's going to have horns. You know, of course, I'm going to say the 2 magic words that I always want to stress. And you notice this, everything's colored, boys and girls. He didn't leave the backspace, or what we call the negative space, or the background. He didn't just leave it white. He colored it. He has these rocket ships coming toward the monster. And the monster's got scars, like it's been in some fights. And it looks like he's got a beak like mouth. So the key to doing this, and why I love this project, is your monster can look any way you want it. For example, I'm not going to draw an example of a monster because you draw it any way you want to. Don't forget to use your imagination. Okay, this is one of the most important things in art. Use your imagination. It helps your brain grow. And of course, creativity. Creativity, try to be as creative as you can. So have fun with this project. And that's just it. There's no wrong way to make a monster. It's your monster. You make your monster look any way you want. And of course, the story is about the monster eating the school. But if you want to change it up, like you say, well, Mr. N, I'm going to do a monster battle. I'm going to have a bunch of monsters battling it out. You could do that too. You not have to be limited by the story. But if you want to help me out and solve what the monster looked like that was eating our school, I'd really appreciate it. So here again, Happy New Year. And work hard. And I'm always excited to see what you do. And use your imagination and be as creative as possible. So I look forward to seeing all these monsters. So have a good day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.